women. Jeez, the football. Yeah.
What do you find the American people to be like?
Friendly and full of hope and positivity.
Very hospitable, very helpful, great fun.
Really communicative. You talk, and everybody wants to have a chat and talk to you. And we love the US. Greatest country in the world.
I was really.
I'm here at the World Cup, and something that is so beautiful about the World Cup here inside the United States is you're actually seeing the true America for what it is. You're seeing all the people come in from all across the world, and they're showing how amazing America is, and it's also showing how America isn't what it's made out to be by the media or what people say on the internet. We love everyone, we accept everyone, but the big difference is everyone that's coming here to America is loving America, and they're respecting our culture, and they're being embraced because they're loving America and they have nothing to hide because they're not doing anything illegal. That's the big difference. I hate to be political, but that's why you guys follow me. But that is the main reason why you're seeing so many people love America, because they're coming and they're enjoying America. They're not against America, and they're loving it, and that's how it should be. America, quite frankly, is the greatest country in the world, and the World Cup has proven it once again.
One of the funniest parts of the World Cup is watching Americans and non-American fans meet each other and immediately be like, "You're pretty awesome." And somewhere in the US federal government, I just know there's a guy in a dark room with a cigar or something going, shit. They're not supposed to like each other. They're not supposed to realize that they're humans, because their whole system, their whole ideology relies on Americans being afraid of the rest of the world. Just afraid in general, really. Foreigners are dangerous. Cities are dangerous. Crowds are dangerous. Joy is suspicious. Strangers are threats. And then 4,000 Scottish people show up, befriend half of Boston, and do more for international relations than the State Department has managed in years. Deeply inconvenient for the authoritarian movement, highly convenient for the rest of us.
Europeans discovering American tipping culture is kind of funny.
What I find weird is that I'll just get a bottle of water from someone and they're trying to get a tip for doing nothing.
We went out the other night and had a few drinks, and they're expecting a tip after every drink, so it's like, it can get expensive very quick.
In Japan, there's no tipping. I think the price without the tipping is already expensive, so with the tipping, I think it's way too much.
You see a price and then you got the tax, then you got the tip, so everything is more than you think.
It should be on the business, not the customer, to be kind of making sure your staff are well paid.
If you're getting a bottle of water to take away, you should not be expected to pay 30% on top of that. And something that really annoys me is when you go to get something like takeaway, and let's say the price is like $7. In a lot of states, you have sales tax, so you're paying the sales tax and the tip on top of that. So you end up seeing the final price of like $14, because some places just kind of force it on you. Even though it's not mandatory, you know, it's kind of forced, to be honest. I like how in Europe it's mostly limited to food, so you're not gonna go to like a doctor's office or to go get your tires changed and expected to pay like 30% on top. And like, even in the US, some Airbnbs are asking for tips now. Like, it's getting ridiculous. But here, even with the food, you know, it's not ridiculous. They're not expecting like 40%. Of course, if the service is really good, you can do that.
It looks like that American hospitality for the World Cup is starting to change the way the world views America. Watch this clip.
I think it's more like, because in Europe we have a lot of rather negative news about the Americans in the last 5 years, let's say that. And I think we are all enjoying like the fact that this country is so great to visit. The people are amazing, so welcoming. The culture is amazing. It's like Europeans are getting a new view of America right now, I think, through our content.
I can't even begin to tell you how happy this clip makes me as an American. I think the most important thing that he said is that everything he's heard about Americans in America over the last 5 years is pretty negative. And I think even us as Americans would probably say the same based off what we hear, right? But then you go out for like breakfast, like a bagel deli shop, and you realize, oh, you know, not everyone hates each other. You go out to lunch, you go out to dinner, you go out to a bar, a club, and you know, the vibes are just high. It's just normal everyday people. And these Europeans coming over and experiencing like that true American hospitality, you know, not the politicians and the news stations that pin us against each other and promote hate. Like, there's a lot of love in this country. And I think having the Europeans and people from across the world coming over here and experiencing that true American hospitality and not like this rubbish that they push all over the news, I think it's doing wonders for this country. And I just love to see the vibes, like the true American positive vibes of, hey, let's just have a good time, man. Welcome.
Americans don't care about football. I would say soccer is probably their fourth favorite sport, maybe. But the thing I've learned about Americans is they don't care about the sport, they care about the person representing their country. It could be a knitting competition for grandmas, and if it's an American grandma versus any other country's grandma, you better believe that that grandma is going to be backed by an entire nation. They care about the person representing them more than what sport the person's playing.
If you are rooting for the US or think that they have a chance at winning the World Cup, this is obviously your first time watching the World Cup. The US has never won the World Cup. They are known to be one of the worst teams. They're doing okay this year, but they're not good. You're rooting for the wrong teams. You got to root for teams like Brazil. France is really good. Italy. Do a little research. I know that the World Cup is in the US right now, but root for some different teams because the US is famously bad.
He's a liberal. He's on the left. You know how it's so easy to tell? Liberals and leftists are the only people really in this country who would cheer for other teams and tell you not to cheer for your own country when it comes to the World Cup. These are the type of people that we're dealing with, and these are the type of people that are voting. They do not like our country. He's talking about rooting for Italy while also mentioning doing your research. Italy's not even in the World Cup. They didn't qualify, but you know who qualified? The US. These people irritate me because they live in the US, they want to benefit on the US, and then they want to spend a bunch of time trying to shit on the US and act as if they're morally superior because they're shitting on the US, saying the US is bad, and then wanting to support other countries over their own country. Individuals like this are losers, and we need to ensure that the people they vote for, that they want to represent them, are not in our government. When these individuals try to change the culture, for example, in this video, like that, anti-American bullcrap, you know the reason why we might support America? Because we support our country, whether they're good or not. It's easy to say he's a bandwagon fan, but I don't even know if he's a bandwagon fan as much as he doesn't like America and thinks it's cute to shit on America. He does it with this smugness as if he's morally superior. It's truly pathetic. But again, these are the people in our country, and this is a large contingent of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is increasingly becoming more and more, we don't like our country, we support terrorism, and we want socialism. We do not need these people in government, and we do not need these people shaping culture. We need to ensure that they do not control the government and that they're not shaping culture, and that requires us to be active and stay active. These people are a problem, and they'll run the country into the ground if we let them, so we need to ensure that we do not allow them to do that.
The 2026 World Cup has given thousands of European fans the chance to experience America firsthand, and for many it's been a surprise. Across social media, some visitors have said the hospitality, the friendliness of local people, and the variety of food were very different from what they had expected. Many admitted that the image they had formed of America didn't fully match what they found when they arrived. At the same time, many Americans have welcomed these reactions, saying the tournament has been an opportunity to show a side of the country that visitors don't always see in news headlines. While not every experience has been the same, the World Cup has created moments of cultural exchange that have challenged assumptions on both sides. Sometimes, the best way to understand a country isn't through stereotypes, it's by experiencing it for yourself. If you enjoyed this commentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more World Cup stories and global reactions.
You know what, Europeans, I like you. Bro, I'm loving all of these videos of Europeans like experiencing America. Like, I feel like we really cousins for real. Like, I feel like we finally having this sleepover we supposed to been had. Like, our parents said yes. Like, why do we all hate each other? Where did that come from? I understand the government, but us, like, as individuals, where did that come from? Because it's a vibe. It's a vibe from what I'm seeing. Y'all should definitely come see us again.
Europeans have been shocked by what they have found in America. Now, for those of you who don't know, there is an attempt, I don't know if it's a coordinated campaign, to smear the Americans anywhere possible so that people believe America is just, you know, this terrible kind of place. But with the World Cup, Europeans and people from across the entire world have come to America, and they have been absolutely flabbergasted by what they have found. The sadness of the fact that Americans don't realize how good they have it is heartbreaking.
Let's talk about the World Cup for a second. This is easily one of the greatest things I've ever witnessed in my life. I've seen a guy named Bob from Japan eating barbecue and getting turned up on buzzballs. TSA says there's an influx of people trying to smuggle ranch dressing out of this country. Then let's talk about the Scots. We knew they would love it. They're partying and singing, I will walk 500 miles, and I will walk 500 more. They are quickly realizing America really is the greatest country on earth. And let me tell you, it's putting a lot of patriotism in my heart and a lot of others. All but one group, they're still whining and crying like they always do. I've seen people from every country saying, listen, let's trade passports. I'll give you mine from Canada. I'll give you mine from UK. Let me have yours. I kind of wish some folk would take them up on the offer, I can tell you that. Decades of propaganda against the American people and this country is being eviscerated by this great American sleepover. People are in the streets celebrating with each other, having fun. I have seen people from other countries trying to figure out how to stay longer. They want to stay and experience the 4th of July. And from what I'm seeing right now, it's probably going to be the biggest 4th of July we've ever experienced in our lifetime. But I made the post the other night, America is back, and some people made some fun of me. America is back, and I'm loving every single second of it. It's almost like when someone put in a bid in 2018 to have the World Cup here, he knew what he was doing, because it takes a genius to pull off a move like this. But I can tell you this little bitty incident is going to be a spark that ignites a flame of patriotism like this world has never seen. And if you've not seen any of it, just scroll, search World Cup, search Great American Sleepover. Like, this is awesome.
In America, when they say everything in America is big, I understand it. Why the hell is this quesadilla the size of my head? And I've got 3 of them.
I think it's great to see this country through the eyes of someone who's visiting it for the first time. So we put together a little montage for you. Guys, can we throw in SOT 13?
Nothing comes close to the USA.
I just had Texas barbecue for the first time in my life, better than any moment in my life, and I am married and have 2 kids.
For the World Cup, I highly recommend trying to find the flipping sign. There it is, over there. Sonic.
I'm in America. When they say everything in America is big, I understand it. Why the hell is this quesadilla the size of my head? And I've got 3 of them.
The people here, across different states, living in different parts of America, different beliefs, different politics. I've always met really kind and generous people here. Don't even get me started on Costco. Costco is bigger than my village. This is the land of the free, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually truly overwhelming. Look at that little fence. Such a tiny little fence. That's literally just decorative, not to keep murderers out.
I know you've enjoyed Buc-ee's. I'm glad you saw an outsized cement mixer. Have you tried our showers?
I just feel like you're so lucky to live here. Everything in the US simply beats anything I've ever experienced anywhere in the world.
We need to start a revolution just to get Costco. I'm gonna probably say Washington, D.C. is one of the most gorgeous places I've been to in my entire life.
Oh, I love that so much. And you know what? I've been really fortunate to travel the world. I've been to some incredible places. But not once have I visited a place that I thought I could live here. I'm always excited to go home. And it's everything, not just Costco. But it's everything. It's our food, it's our fashion, it is the fact that we are multicultural and all that it exposes me to. I talk about that all the time. And I want to circle back, actually, I should have mentioned this. The women on The View attacked J.D. Vance over immigration. And they went after him on the show about being a Christian and, shouldn't we invite everybody in? Sure, the right way. The right way. And we have done that historically up until very recently. And you had to speak the language. You had to love the country. You had to learn about the country. And you had to be able to contribute and support yourself. So you were an asset, right? Instead of living off of American payers' tax dollars. It comes down to a life mask, right? The oxygen mask. We've got to put the oxygen mask on Americans first. And then we can help other people. But historically, that is not how we helped other people. We brought them into the country so they could contribute. And that is how we ended up with a beautiful melting pot. Not people coming into the country who hate it, who don't assimilate, who want to see it destroyed, and who are living off of the taxpayers of hardworking Americans who can barely make ends meet. And it is, I'm sorry, it is the best country in the frickin' world, despite all of its flaws. And if you don't think so, you haven't traveled far and wide enough. I love that. What a great little montage you put together, Fletch. Absolutely fan-friggin-tastic.
Another factor uniting fans around the globe is actually their sampling of American culture.
Trying Chick-fil-A in America for the